Hello, hello, hello. This is Vlad once again from WritingLeagues.com, and I'm here with another drop of feedback on an open mic piece. This one's by Enoch, and this was also used in our monthly prescription sort of contest. And this piece actually came, I believe, second out of 4 or 5. It was a very well-written piece from when I looked at it before. I'm going to go into a bit more depth, read it, and take a look. And the topic that was written to was sort of a skeletal man and a skeletal dog sort of sitting on a bench. It just looks very worn. You can see the picture as the thumbnail. You can also see the link to the site and the verse in the description down below. And let's get right into it. Hi. It's been a minute, maybe days, weeks, practically months, who knows. It's hard to keep track of time when your relapse is up. Holes in my clothes, drunk, scratching my ass. Haven't bathed since, scratch that, I never take baths. Strange laughs when the passerbys cross my path, or just the paranoia blasting my conscience perhaps. Dragging my bag the same way I drag my hang-ups, hoping the pity party slaps bucks in my change cup. I tried to rearrange life, but always fall short in the end. Of course, that's bound to happen when drugs and cheap booze are worth more than your friends. Thinking my music will soar with just one more stroke of a pen, but like a joke, never recorded, a bar, or never even wrote one again. So take notes. If you're an inspiring piece of shit, just follow my steps. In less than a year, you'll be legit. Now I just sit on this park bench to see what I can see, and breathe amongst people more successful than me, trying to read their faces or catch a glimpse of their mind, so I can find a thought with more substance in it than mind, or maybe just to help me remember the times, before I was on the street corner begging for quarters and dimes, or just help me forget, go back to snorting some lines, finding the world too boring in the morning to rise. To surmise, I face that I'm a wasted life, matter of fact, so I just sit here and fade out, just me and my mangy ass cat. Bye. So you, it's kind of funny. The picture in itself isn't funny, and the verse in itself, it isn't overly humorless, or humorful, the opposite of what I said prior. Yeah. But the way that you did it, it was a very natural humor. You didn't overdo it. You didn't try to overextend in that sense. And I like the relation to the topic, the picture, and to sort of current music from the perspective of a writer that has sort of reached a pinnacle, or didn't even reach a pinnacle, but then has sort of fallen off or struggled to make a name for themselves. I think it's very, not, I wouldn't say common, but it's easy to relate to from the standpoint of a writer. And I think you did well in that. The pace of it, I think I fell off at one point, which was more so on me. I was sort of, as I was reading and getting to the end of where I personally fell off, I was scanning where I was just reading, and it reads fine to me. I think I sort of just got a bit caught up as I was going along. So that's nothing on you, that's just the way I did it. Fuck me. Me and my mangy ass cat. My cat's really not that mangy, but I don't know, he's still kind of a whatever. So yeah, the pace, the rhythm, and the flow, I keep bringing that up with these pieces, since I'm doing it out loud. I can tell a bit more when I'm reading it out loud, a sense of that, as opposed to if I'm just reading it in my head. You are very consistent, very pronounced rhythm to it. The content in itself for the story that you were telling was very well done. You didn't try to overdo anything. It seems like you just wrote what came out, So it did actually feel very raw in itself. So I thought that was a huge positive note on that, as opposed to a written piece or story or reflective that is kind of struggling to be relatable or unnatural. As sort of a pet peeve, a little bit. So yours was kind of the opposite of that. So I don't quite hate you for that. No. Yeah, I think this was overall just very well done. Bringing back around the humor, the end. So I just sit here and fade out, just me and my mangy ass cat. I actually kind of thought that was a dog at first. I think I said that in my description of the photo, but it definitely looks like one of those hairless, fucking evil-looking cats that I don't even know what they're called. I'm not a cat person. I just have one, and he exists. That's the end of that. So let me glance back here real quick. There's a couple lines that I did like as well. I think especially near the ending, when you're sort of winding it down, getting a bit more in depth in what you're saying. So it'd be, and it did include descriptive of as well, not just pointing out the cat, but bringing back around the topic. So it would be, now I just sit on this park bench to see what I can see and breathe amongst people more successful than me, trying to read their faces or catch a glimpse of their minds so I can find a thought with more substance in it than mine. I thought that was very well done, as you can probably hear. I mean, my flow to it might be more different than yours. You might have actually rapped it, or be able to, whereas I wouldn't bother trying because I don't really do that. Or at least I try to avoid it because it just ends up weird. I'm too Canadian or something. But it was smooth all the way throughout. Again, the content very relatable, very well thought out, and written at the same time. Again, very raw and natural. So I like the balance, sort of with both of those or multiple aspects of that. And it kind of comes back again. I've said it to Rude and Decon. I'll probably say it to a couple more people that I plan to get to. That I wouldn't really change anything. Again, you've been around a while. Aren't you like 63 next year? You're just chilling, shooting at raccoons. I mean, there's nothing I would change about that. This seems perfect to me. I don't like raccoons either. So it basically comes down to just, I don't have really any criticism from what you could apply to your writing. You just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep reading, and I'll keep dropping feedback. So again, very well written piece, and that's all from me. So take it easy, Enoch.